The Make a Move series is here. Join us Wednesdays at 5 a.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on CVM TV. Let's get moving.
Make a move now.
Small business owners and independent contractors get affordable insurance with Sagicor Pro Shield. The time by Sagicor Life is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, Bogwalk Gorge remains closed after Tropical Storm Raphael. Sad situation, lamentation over Russell breakaway. Inmates denied food from family members. Then it's traditional flavors with Curlin Brown. While in sports, defending champions Mona High held to draw in Manning Cup quarterfinals. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. It's a Friday, November 8, 2024. Thanks so much for joining us. Even though the high waters in the Bogwalk Gorge have receded, other impacts of the storm are still being felt in the area. Work has begun to restore access to the gorge, which remained closed due to boulders falling onto the road. But as our reporter, Trisha Kelly, explains, the gorge being closed is an inconvenience for some.
The Bogwalk Gorge in St. Catherine is widely known for its history and scenic views. However, from time to time, commuters from Linstead to Spanish Town or vice versa are at a disadvantage when it is closed. This closure can be as a result of flooding and the bridge being covered by high waters, as well as major landslides. However, following Tropical Storm Raphael, things took a turn for the worst when boulders rolled from the hills onto the roadway. President of the Friends of the Rio Cobre Association, Kestonard Gordon, says such instances pose huge safety concerns for commuters.
That boulder that currently is in the road, there is no way you could have escaped any fatality if that hit any vehicle. It doesn't matter if whether a trailer, a bus, a truck, it doesn't matter. The boulder has come down into the road and it has, where it is resting now, on the brow of the retaining wall that separates the road from the river. That section is sinking. You can see the crack in the road.
That's the reason the gorge has remained closed to the public for almost a week. The National Works Agency, NWA, started its assessment of the damage and is trying to clear the roadway. However, Councillor for the Angels Division, Patricia Harris, does not believe their work will be finished before a new week commences.
There was nothing breaking up the rocks as yet. The boulders are still there, and the road is extremely muddy. I was actually told that it may prolong till about Sunday, Monday.
This, she says, puts residents in the gorge at a disadvantage, having to stay within the closed gates. In one situation, a resident lost his job after failing to report to work since he could not leave the community. And in another, a man was charged for breaking the padlock as his spouse was in labor. Harris explains while the situation is understandable, it's not fair to the residents.
When that gate is padlocked, they can't go out and they can't come in. So they're at a disadvantage. I got hold of the key for that padlock, for that gate at Damed. And so I'm on the gate personally. Yes, maybe it's a dangerous game, but I'm looking at the needs of the people.
Trisha Kelly, CVM News.
A sad situation is what Councillor for the White Horses Division in St. Thomas, Hubert Williams, is calling the construction surrounding the East Coast Highway construction project. Adrian Williams takes us to the latest on the Russell Main Road in the parish.
And we're here. And we're here. And oh my God. Oh my.
With the recent passage of Tropical Storm Raphael and continued rainfall, the Russell Main Road in St. Thomas, a section of the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, SHIP, has once again been undermined by sea waves following previous damage during Hurricane Beryl. Councillor for the White Horses Division, Hubert Williams, says this is unacceptable for the parish.
The rain was so heavy. But you see, to prevent these things in the future, do the thing right in the first place. Because originally, there were no foundations set for that wall. So the wall was on the surface of the land. So as soon as we start to get storm surge, the surge of the storm, just take of the sea rather, just take the wall away. It's not a sad situation. So where road is concerned, St. Thomas is in a sad situation.
He dubs the East Coast Highway Project the worst infrastructural project in the history of Jamaica.
Look right across the length and breadth of the highway. We start to have damaged spot, bad spot, sunken spots. And it's because the subsurface wasn't right. Inferior material. I am saying it's the worst infrastructure program in the history of Jamaica. It is very sad what St. Thomas people receive after waiting decades for a highway. And what we get is worse than most of us drive with.
The councillor added that the drainage has been worse than before since the highway project.
And one thing I want to add, I was driving home day before yesterday, and what I noticed was that more water is on the road now, more water settled on the road now than before the highway. It is bad. It is really bad. The drainage is poor.
Along the Russell Main Road is the Russell Falls, a popular attraction garnering attention to many locals and international guests. But for now, commuters and residents should traverse this thoroughfare with caution. Adrian Williams reporting for CVM News.
No Food Day today was the sign greeting family members who ventured to the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center to give food to their relatives yesterday. Adrian Williams shares the details on what transpired.
Bags of groceries on tables, but no one to give. This as irate family members protest being allegedly denied access to hand over cooked meals and personal items to their loved ones at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center, downtown Kingston.
I'm here to visit my family member, which is my son. Last week they said no visit. This week they said no visit, which is 3 weeks now. And them said no visit until the 3rd. That means they are 1 month straight they not get no.
Until the 3rd of when?
The third Wednesday.
Of November.
Of November.
What's the purpose of that? Why them saying that?
Them not giving no purpose. No purpose. They not talk to nobody. Them not say nothing to nobody.
Mr. Randall needs to go.
Because I'm cool to give me son. And then say no visit him.
How far are you coming from?
You're ready.
Farm talk. And me call last week and then tell me say it's this week Wednesday me to come. Why they never call me and tell me say don't bother come? How much o'clock me get up this morning and cook rice and
I know, can't get no visit.
One relative says she sacrificed one of her utility bills to purchase the food.
I like bill money and buy food. And they have no money. Right now, me in a debt, you know.
How far you come from?
Spanish Town. Me there whole long for 8 o'clock. And when me there about 11 o'clock, they go 12 o'clock, then go put up that something about no food.
But what's the rationale for denying the inmates food and personal care products? We contacted the Director of Corporate Communications and Public Relations for the Department of Correctional Services, DCS, Casita Irving, who explained why this happened.
On Wednesday, due to disruptions caused by the passage of Tropical Storm Raphael, several staff members assigned to the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center were unable to report for duty. Now, given these constraints, we had to prioritize the safety and the security of all staff and inmates, which unfortunately required us to suspend Food Day for that day. Now, we recognize the importance of this service for both inmates and their families, and so regular Food Day operations will resume next week.
The DCS is part of the criminal justice system. Penal facilities contribute to public safety through safe custody and rehabilitation of offenders in its care. Adrian Williams reporting for CVM News.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness is reiterating his government's commitment to fixing Jamaica's persistent problem of poor road conditions. More in this report from Britannia Whittle.
Bad roads, a staple of the Jamaican experience, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has vowed to address the country's long-standing problem. Speaking to Jamaica Labour Party supporters after the nomination of JLP candidate Dwayne Smith in Northwest St. Andrew, the Prime Minister acknowledged that the state of the nation's roads has become a pressing issue for many.
I know that there is a great deal of frustration in the public. The frustration born particularly of road conditions.
He says his administration is dedicated to improving the road network.
We are committed to fixing the roads in Jamaica, but we have to do it in a sustainable way.
Holness's remarks comes after the announcement of the multi-million-dollar Spark program to overhaul the nation's road network with a particular focus on repairing damaged roads across the constituencies. The Prime Minister did not mince words as he criticized the previous administrations and those who elected them for their perceived failure to take action.
For many years, you have elected governments that did not pay attention to fixing the economy to generate the revenues. And for many years, you have accepted promises from those governments. I have tried to change that.
Britannia Whittle, CVM News.
More on CVM News at 7. Stay with us.
That's it. We're closed. I am so sorry. We only have 3 parties left.
It's a Jamaican thing, but full of flavor. Hey. We set the trend style major. Juicy party, happy savor. You know the party nice when we do the juicy party bones. Party bones, party bones, watch your bones, watch your bones. Hot party, watch your steam. Juicy party bones, party bones, party bones, watch your bones, watch your bones. Juicy party, ready for we go. From food I keep in our party. Juicy party, have something for everybody. So party for nice. Party bones, watch your bones, watch your bones. Hot party, watch your steam. Juicy party bones. Grab your family and do the juicy party bones.
Just give me, me Kendall. Win big with Kendall this Christmas. Buy any 6 Kendall products, including Kendall corned beef, Kendall mackerel, or Kendall instant ginger teas, and you could be one of 9 winners of a double-door refrigerator, a 6-burner stove, or a brand new microwave. To enter, drop your receipt in the boxes provided at participating stores, or WhatsApp a photo of your receipt to 876-884-0411. Promotion ends December 13. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58(3) of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Welcome back to CVM News at 7. Thanks so much for staying with us. In a positive update on public safety, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang has announced a notable decline in major crimes across Jamaica. Speaking at a post-cabinet media briefing, Dr. Chang attributed the reduction to enhanced police activity, reporting decreases in serious offences like rapes and robberies compared to the previous year. Courtney Lewis tells us more.
Major crimes are decreasing. That's according to National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang, who commends the increased police activity. While speaking at a post-cabinet media briefing, Dr. Chang says January 1 to November 4 figures show a total decrease in major crimes, including rapes and robberies when compared to the previous year.
The total number of murders recorded has fallen by 19%. That is 233 fewer persons killed this year. Additionally, shootings have seen a reduction of 9%. The guns are still there. We're taking steps to get them off the road.
A total of 667 illegal firearms have been seized since the beginning of the year. The minister also emphasized a decrease in crime in hotspot parishes and communities.
They involve St. James, which is down by 32%, Westmoreland down by 12%, Clarendon down by 39%. Kingston West is down by 30%. They would take note of those three, St. James, Clarendon, and West Kingston, have areas that hit the emotional and the areas of our people very quickly.
He defended the work of the Jamaica Constabulary Force in targeted operations and noted the incidences of crime are not random.
They are linked to conflicts between organized criminal groups involving gang activities, drug trafficking, lottery scamming, as we call advance fee fraud, called by the Americans elder fraud, and of course gun running. There are those who seek to think the police are targeting individuals in an arbitrary manner. The objective is to build cases around the individuals and seek to have them arrested, apprehended, and prosecuted. If they engage the police is trained to defend themselves effectively.
Further work is also underway to bolster security at the country's borders and ports. Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
Recent reports from the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM, suggest that fatal shootings involving police officers have increased. The agency says it remains committed to fairness in all situations. It's for this reason INDICOM is again calling for stricter policies regarding the use of body-worn cameras in the force. Trisha Kelly continues this report.
The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM, is standing firmly on its request for members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, to wear and utilize body cameras when on duty. This is not the Commission's first time making such a request. In fact, it's been years in the making. The JCF responded this year when it welcomed the equipment into the force. But the issue persists. Officers are not wearing the cameras. That's according to INDICOM's Assistant Commissioner, Hamish Campbell.
It's an internal issue of training for the JCF. But the pattern at the moment doesn't look the best when it comes to the shootings. We do have body-worn camera evidence for other interactions, primarily traffic department, public safety and transport executive branch. They carry them. And I have to say the cameras are very clear.
About a month ago, Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake assured the public that the JCF is not resisting the use of body cameras. So what's the real issue? Campbell says it's about police officers being involved in fatal shootings, which in numerous instances a body camera is being worn, however not activated.
Our own investigators know very well what the police should be doing and how they should be being booked out and returned, and the responsibilities of the body-worn camera issuer and the responsibilities of the officer wearing the body-worn camera and when it should be turned on and the reasons why it should be turned off, if at all. And our interviews attempt to get answers from the officers concerned in those cases where they've not activated the body-worn camera.
He adds the Commission is closely monitoring the situation while conversations continue with the JCF.
From our position at the moment, we expect and understand the JCF to be dealing with these matters. The more recent events this year, they also are told about. And our own staff, we were provided by Commissioner Blake from last year, or it might have been Mr. Anderson, the protocols, the JCF working protocols and guidance for JCF staff on the deployment of body-worn cameras.
The use of body cameras is fairly new to the force, and though in some cases the equipment is used, INDICOM is adamant the cameras must be activated in all interactions with members of the public. Trisha Kelly, CVM News.
Just a week after the Senate approved the motion for an elder care law, at least one member of the Senate is calling for greater attention to be paid to another vulnerable group. Senator Cavan Gale in the Upper House on Friday proposed a policy to provide insurance for the unemployed and is taking things a step further to develop Jamaica's labor force. Courtney Lewis tells us more about the sitting of the Senate in this report.
Dependence and a rise in informal work are only a few of the struggles of unemployment for at least 4% of Jamaicans. But solutions are being proposed for this vulnerable group.
Unemployment insurance is critical. We must introduce or expand the thought around unemployment insurance scheme to provide a safety net for workers who may have to move between jobs to reduce financial vulnerability.
Jamaica previously secured a loan to fund the launch of an unemployment insurance scheme under the Jamaica Social Protection for Increased Resilience and Opportunities project. But in building capacity of Jamaica's labor force, Gales says the public and private sector should address a lack of skills in specialized areas.
Let's conduct a comprehensive assessment of the skills gap in the domestic workforce. The next move is to invest in education and training programs to address the identified skills gap. And this can involve vocational training, the apprenticeship schemes that we spoke about, and a partnership with educational institutions to ensure that local workforce is adequately prepared for the jobs in demand.
He further suggests a national workplace wellness policy as a means of encouraging the well-being of the labor force.
And so workplace wellness encompasses more than physical safety. It includes mental health, chronic disease prevention, stress management, and the overall health of employees. And so, a national workplace wellness policy would formalize the guidelines for organizations to implement wellness programs that encourage healthier lifestyle, reduce illness-related absenteeism, and improve overall workplace morale.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
More CVM News at 7 after this break.
Drink Festivals, Meat Street and the Market is back in partnership with the Port Authority of Jamaica. Saturday, November 9, 3 to 10 p.m. at the historic Naval Dockyard in Port Royal, Kingston. Food trucks, restaurants and chefs galore. Enjoy CB pan chicken, Helsha-style fish, gourmet pastas, veggie delights, street eats and so much more. Guided tours, live entertainment and kids zone. Park and ride with JUTC. Meat Street and the Market. Saturday, November 9. Adults 2,000, children under 10 free. Tickets at JA Food and Drink Kitchen on Cork, Constant Spring, Candy Craze Waterloo, CPJ Market and Geno's Pharmacy Portmore. Pay with Visa or buy online at jafoodanddrink.com.
Fish farmers and all fishermen get your new way for get a license in your hand. I refit.
Rotted. Johnny, your bag. Jump in the water, fisherman license tonight.
Don't worry about that, man.
Accidents do happen, but easy application for your fishing license from your smartphone makes things a little easier. iRefit allows you to register for any fishing license, permit, or authorization anytime, anywhere. With iRefit, you get faster processing times when you register online from any mobile device or computer. A new system, the iRefit system for fishers like
me
and me. And me.
Ask about iRefit, the new system for fishers and fish farmers. Register today for an easier way.
iRefit is a joint project of the National Fisheries Authority and the Transformation Implementation Unit.
Welcome back. Minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samuda, is boasting the latest achievements of the GOJ as more communities in Manchester will now have greater access to potable water. Meanwhile, the JLP is encouraging voters to remain supportive of the party despite what they call distractions by the PNP. Courtney Lewis shares highlights from the JLP's Central Manchester Conference on Sunday.
With election heat rising, the Jamaica Labour Party-led government is boasting its achievements in hopes of a third unbroken term. Water Minister Matthew Samuda says more waterworks are underway for Mandeville, with over $4 billion already invested.
I am happy to report tonight that we have completed the installation of the new pumps at the Gutters pumping station, which you know serves quite a bit of Manchester with its water supply.
The Hopetoun to Waltham pipeline has also been expanded, with an expected commissioning before the Christmas season.
You know that we're upgrading the well in Pepper, St. Elizabeth. And you know we gave all the people that live around Pepper water for the first time in 40 years. I am happy to report that the work on the well is nearing completion, and again, Prime Minister, we're going to ask you for some time to come and commission that well.
Meanwhile, Northeastern St. Andrew Member of Parliament Delroy Chuck is accusing the PNP of corruption in the election process, urging voters to see green.
All that the PNP is doing, Labour rights, is to use the IC report to give the impression that the Prime Minister has been implicated. Nothing like that. Manchester must stand up for what is right. And those people who are collecting money for votes, collect the money, but vote what is right.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
In a tragic update on road safety, condolences are being extended to the families of 4 recent road accident victims, including a police officer who lost his life. The accident serves as a somber reminder of the more than 300 lives lost on our nation's roads this year. Amid rising road fatalities, officials are urging Jamaicans to remember those who have lost their lives, particularly the police officer who died in the recent accident.
Condolences go to all 4 families of the deceased, and we always bear in mind the over 300 persons who have died on our roads. And in fact, the week after next Sunday, on the 17th, will be the World Day of Remembrance for Road Crash Victims, organized by the World Health Organization.
Officials say this tragedy is a reminder of the dangers on our roads, particularly when speeding or reckless driving is involved, with at least 4 police officers lost to road accidents this year. The impact is deeply felt, especially given their role in serving and protecting the public.
The policeman who died yesterday, and if my memory serves me correctly, I'm trying to get official figures, but it's not available at this point in time. But I remember at least 4 policemen who have died for the year thus far. And it's always very poignant when a policeman dies, because these are the ones who are commissioned to serve and protect. So it's very unfortunate in this context when we hear about a policeman dying on our roads.
The accident reconstruction team is currently investigating the circumstances of this crash. Meanwhile, the official highlighted common causes of road accidents, urging drivers to take heed.
On our drivers is the fact that we must cut our speed, the fact that we must wear our seatbelt, and that we must stay in our lane. Don't drink and drive, don't smoke marijuana and drive. The National Safety Council is busy trying to get together a program so that we can mount a serious public educational campaign for the months of November and December, when traditionally the numbers of crashes increase and there's all kind of grief and pain around about the Christmas time rather than joy and celebration.
The National Safety Council is stepping up efforts with a new public safety campaign launching in November and December, months that often see an increase in road incidents. The goal is to prevent road fatalities and ensure that the holiday season brings joy instead of sorrow. Join us on the other side of the break for traditional flavors. See you then.
internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
During the Big Brother Christmas Coach, ready cash will give to you 10 hands for baking, 9 party tickets, 8 phones are ringing, 7 air fryer, 6 cash backs, 5 shopping sprees, 4 smart TVs, 3 100 grand, 2 200 grand, and a big check for 500 G's.
Take a Quartz Ready Cash loan of $55,000 or more between now and December 26th for a chance to win one of 55 amazing prizes. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Quartz Ready Cash, ready when you are. Conditions apply.
KFC's popcorn chicken, now available in barbecue. KFC, it's finger licking good. The time by KFC is 7:30.
Jamaica Food and Drink Festival's Meat Street and the Market is back in partnership with the Port Authority of Jamaica. Saturday, November 9, 3 to 10 p.m. at the historic Naval Dockyard in Port Royal, Kingston. Food trucks, restaurants and chefs galore. Enjoy CB pan chicken, Helsha style fish, gourmet pastas, veggie delights, street eats and so much more. Guided tours, live entertainment and kids zone. Park and ride with JUTC. Meat Street and the Market. Saturday, November 9. Adults 2,000, children under 10 free. Tickets at JA Food and Drink Kitchen on Cork's Constant Spring, Candy Craze Waterloo, CPJ Market and Geno's Pharmacy Portmore. Pay with Visa or buy online at jafoodanddrink.com.
Welcome back. Today, a popular Indian traditional complement infused with a fruity twist. It's not the usual Jamaican concoction, but it's a blend in minutes to consider. Colin Brown was in Barbican, St. Andrew.
Sounds of approval from this Indian curry dish.
Traditional flavors. I like rich flavors. I like to taste almost everything that's in the dish.
The golden spice of life, turmeric, which adds that bright yellow color, and a one-of-a-kind peppery flavor, enjoys the love shared by Jamaicans and Indians. But how much do you know, though, about this yellow drink that's uniquely Indian?
Mango lassi is actually popular for its coolness, and it's very good for summertime. So this lassi is actually based on a yogurt drink, yogurt milk. So that is very good for your health. So that's why whatever you mix it with yogurt, it's always come out good, and it's good for your gut health. So here we are making today mango lassi.
Tell me about the mangoes.
Mangoes, you can use any kind of mangoes. Whatever is in season. It could be Julie mango, Bombay mango, or even any stringy mango also you can use. So we are using here regular mango today to show you guys how to make a mango lassi. These are chopped mango. You can blend them also and freeze them if you want, but we like chopped ones. Right? I'm making here 1 cup.